before you arrived here in Singapore, you were in Paris. You were spearheading the Christchurch call to stop the spread of extremist content online, along with French President Emmanuel Macron. The US has declined to participate. Now, how do you plan to take this initiative further?
Well, actually, the United States has been engaging with us throughout the process, and on the day itself actually issued a statement of support for the principles of what we were doing. From our perspective, one of the most important things was, yes, the support of the countries who were there, but actually the engagement of those tech companies who really have a stake in trying to change the environment that's led to violent and terrorist extremism being available online. This is not about curtailing free speech and freedom of expression, and the fact that companies have come to the table, I think, is a sign that they see that we're genuinely trying to focus on a very specific problem, and that those freedoms of expression are very important to us. So we had Facebook, we had Google representing YouTube, we even had Amazon, we had Twitter, all willing to engage and work collaboratively with us on this issue.
During that time of the attacks, as Prime Minister, you wore the headscarf, which basically captured the world's attention because you stood in sympathy with the Muslim victims of the attack. Now that became a really iconic kind of moment, and now it's 2 months since that attack. Would you care to reflect on that gesture you made then?
For me, then, the act of travelling down and wearing a headscarf was just a decision I made. I didn't discuss it with anyone. It just seemed to me to be the respectful thing to do. And so I think much more now about those issues, about the sense of vulnerability, and if my choice to wear a headscarf on those occasions made any difference to them, then I'm very pleased I did.
So you've been a trend-setting Prime Minister in so many ways. It's now, you're approaching 1.5 years in office. You've been a rare world leader to give birth while in office. And your baby Nave, she turns a year old in a month. She made headlines, of course. We were all watching when you took her with you to the United Nations. When you look back on this year, how has it been juggling a baby and a country?
Hard. Yeah, really hard. And I won't pretend it's not hard, because I think that does a disservice to other women who juggle work and family. It's difficult, and I've only been able to do it through support, and so you'll never hear me pretend to be superwoman. Would I have it any other way? Absolutely not. I feel incredibly, incredibly lucky.
Congratulations on your engagement to Mr. Clark Gayford. Do you have any regrets that it was your partner who has been in the main caregiver role for the child?
There are moments where I feel sad to have missed things. I missed when she first properly started crawling, for instance. But the same day that she properly started crawling was also the day that we started to change our gun laws. And so there's something really symbolic in that for me. I still get to be the best mum that I can be. I still see my daughter as much as I can, and at the same time I get a chance to be in a really privileged position to make a difference. The fact that I can do a bit of all of that, I know, makes me very lucky.
And you are a role model for young women, including here in Singapore. And you know, you're doing a fantastic job juggling so many things. And the women elsewhere who are looking to do the same, make a difference in the public sphere while having a family,
yes.
What might be your message to them? Some tips maybe?
It's just about making it work. And I think no matter what, there'll always, particularly women, we have a tendency to feel guilty about things no matter what we do. And so just accepting that that emotion is going to exist, trying to move past it as much as possible, because it's a wasted emotion. And the world needs, it needs women to put themselves into positions of influence and leadership. And so I encourage them to think about politics, think about leadership. They can make a difference.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Prime Minister.
Thank you.